live from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live show.
I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
Okay, hello, good afternoon, Caribbean. Good afternoon, Caribbean. It is Wednesday, the 25th of November. Boy, oh boy, we are at Wednesday alive. We are in the Guyana. We are in Belize in the west, in Barbados in the east, and Guyana in the south. I got it right, Jennifer. And
yes,
sometimes
you did. I assume you did.
I am going to get the name of the most northerly Bahama Island. I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus. Pleasure to be here, and as usual, my charming co-host and co-creator.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. And I welcome you all in the Caribbean islands and of course Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, today, no old talk, because you see this design, this beautiful thing under here. First of all, there are green herbs and lettuce and ginger and turmeric, and I think there's a bhaji or something in the back there, and the top of a kale and a piece of bygone, and oh gosh, that big green avocado. I'll tell you all why I'm excited for avocado just now. But we have Madame Moringa in the house today, and Michelle Barton Romero, yes, is our guest today, Madame Moringa. We're going to be talking all about the journey of Madame Moringa, and I think she represents so much of what Connections 50 Plus needs and lives and so on. So we'll be all talking afterwards, but this lettuce and ginger and avocado and kale and stuff has me.
It's mesmerizing, isn't it?
Michelle, welcome to Connections.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So let me ask the first question, and then we can jump in, Jennifer.
Sure.
Madame Moringa, explain where Madame Moringa came from.
Oh, that is such a journey, a story. Well, I have loved business from day one. From as far back as I could remember. And I'm also very interested in health. Health, not to the extreme, to be honest, but general healthy living. And then early of 2016, someone told me about this Moringa. And I am like, why didn't I ever hear of Moringa? You know, it's so good, and I never heard of it. So I went and I did some research, and I said, but what trouble is this? How I never hear about this thing? But prior to that, I was doing oatmeal cookies and trying to get some flour-free stuff done. And I did my son, he cartooned me and made a logo, and I called it my middle name, Auntie Paula's Health Foods. Okay. So it was my face and stuff, and I said, okay. And then when I heard about the Moringa, I said, but this is a nice addition. I said, you know what, let's sell the plants, because everyone should have a plant in their yard. And I started selling the plants, but people won't buy the plants, you know? So I'm like, well, why people don't want to plant something? So one day I set up at a market, and I decided, let me make a few items so that they can see what they can do if they have a Moringa tree in their yard. So I made some bread, I made 2 drinks, put them up on a nice little stand, and was giving out samples and stuff like that. And then, boom, people wanted my products and not so much the plants. So then I started at the green market. That was the first time I ever went to markets and stuff. I started at the green market. And then as the customers come and we're chatting and we're talking, everybody is excited. Week after week, I began making different products. And before you knew it, I had 20, 30, 40 different products. And I said, you know what? I put my hand on Kimbo like this. I said, I am Madame Moringa. I said, Jemmy, well, change that logo. Give me that new name. I am now Madame Moringa. I deserve that name. That's how Madame Moringa started.
Michelle, you
Yes.
said you did several products, as many as what, 28? How many products in all? How?
Today we have over 100.
Wow. In terms of the type of products, what type of products you have? Because I'm hearing now you may need, whether it's baking, you may be a good baker. You know, what are these? Just not all, but just give me an idea of the products that you have.
Okay. Well, you see, a part of it came about because of the entrepreneurial spirit in me. There were a few people doing moringa powder. That was all you would get concerning moringa on the market. You would get moringa
Okay.
powder. And I thought, I am not going to just try to sell moringa powder, mosey on in on their market, and they're already doing that. Let me do something different. There's so much more to be done. So I started putting the moringa in breads, in cakes, in drinks. And then I don't even know, and Jennifer, it has to be the Holy Spirit, because I just kept coming up with different things. Life challenges made us make some products as well, because I remember distinctly how my tea started. Is I had a sick son. My son and husband was sick at the same time on this 1 week that I took off vacation from where I used to work. And my son said to me, "Mommy, can you make me some bush tea? We live on the hills, we live in the bush, we are accustomed to bush." And I said, "Okay, go pick it." So he did. He went, he picked the bush. And in my heart, I said, "You sit there. I'm going to make sure I have some stuff in here." So I put the moringa in it and so on. And I made a pot of tea for them every day. And for about 3 days, and everyone after the 3 days were looking like this. Bright eyed. They were looking so good. So I said that, I shook my finger like this at my pot of tea. I said, "You are going in a tea bag before the end of the year." And I did it. And that's how I started making my teas. So I use local herbs, greaterwood, bacano. I use Christmas bush, Caribbean backsage, everything growing in my yard. And I put them in a tea bag because we have lived here for so long and used that bush for so long from my parents. And then, yes, they are good. So moringa came in because it can be added to so many different things.
Okay.
So you're making a sweet bread, add your moringa in your sweet bread. You're making a smoothie, put some moringa leaves in there. Bread, put the moringa in it. So the products I do are all moringa-based products. So it's a product maybe that you might be accustomed to, but all I do is add moringa to the recipe.
All right.
I assume, Michelle, you would have researched to moringa and all the benefits in terms of the moringa plant, etc., before you actually got into adding them to the other products.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah. Well, I know I experienced, of course, your moringa products. Michelle, how easy was it to penetrate the market?
Right. I think I came into the market and the whole moringa craze when it was like a boom. Okay. So it was moringa all over, and people were just talking about moringa. And but it did me two things. And the negative, there wasn't negative, but it was in a smaller quantity. And that were the people who was like, "Moringa, I'm not buying that." We have moringa trees all over the place. And we had some people who say, "Oh, you know, here, moringa, look how long I have a moringa. My grandmother had a tree," and this kind of thing. So I had some negatives, but that doesn't faze me. Because like I said to one client in the earlier days in Carifesta, and he said to me, I'm not buying anything. And I picked up a pack of my tea from the counter and held it up to him and said, "Can you go outside on your moringa tree and pick this?"
Yes.
Yes.
And he just hushed. He acted, "I'm not selling you moringa powder. I put work in this product." And I got some fantastic reviews from the various products from clients. They were happy that they didn't have to eat moringa just and they didn't want that. They were glad they were in small quantities and in a variety of products, and they could choose which product you get your moringa from.
All right. So Michelle, has it worked for you? When in fact did this happen? Madame Moringa was created in what year?
2016 is when I first heard about it, early 2016. And in September of 2016 is when I did that first market, when I made a little bread and the drinks. That was September of 2016. And I was still anti-polar health foods then. And in March of 2017, I launched Madam Moringa.
So perfect. You've had your 3-year run, which I always say, gentlemen, no,
Yes.
that is the time it takes to this.
Survive years.
So how would you say it's been now that you look back on 3 years?
I wouldn't change it for the world. One of the things that I have shunned personally is getting mega investors in the business. I didn't want to go that route. I have always enjoyed a simple life. And I think starting this business at 50 years old, I personally did not want business, no big mega business that included investors, and I have to pay them back and I have to work so hard. And I like working hard, but I didn't want that additional pressure. So what I did is use my own personal funds and just climbing the ladder step by step, one day at a time. Some investment would be great. I could do a whole lot more, but I am not open to it at all.
Okay. And can I ask you one
I
question?
prefer to just do something.
Yeah, I always ask people. So, Madam Moringa, what is Madam Moringa? Because Moringa is an ingredient. It's a brand. But what is its scope? What is then? What inspires your product range?
Yeah.
Are you a farmer, a processor, a manufacturer, retailer, wholesaler? What are you?
All. To begin with, I grow my own stuff. I did my background. Every single thing you see in this background came from our yard, came from my yard. We grow our own moringa. We grow all the herbs for the teas, the greater wood, the bacano, the Christmas bush, the black sage, seed underleaf, you name it. We grow all of our herbs. I only have to buy a few pieces of things. Other than that, the main ingredients we grow ourselves. We buy spices, we buy like cinnamon and nutmeg and that kind of thing. But the main things we grow ourselves. So yes, we are farmers. And then we produce everything. All the dehydrating and the processing is done right here by me. And then we package our own stuff. And then I market it myself. I'm the face of Madam Moringa. I sell it myself.
And where do
my
you
children love it?
Where can we go to get Madam Moringa's line of moringa infused everything?
Right now, COVID times, we have switched to online. We are 100% online, but people can still call me and get deliveries. But we have switched to online. I have enjoyed going to markets, up market, south market, Carry Festa, Christmas Village, you name it. We do that. I love that. Of course, COVID has put a dent in that. And I have decided for the rest of the year, I'm not going to any markets. So this year, you won't see me at any market. I think just 2 little ones I'm going to, but they are more close-knit friends kind of thing. But I'm not going to the big markets. But I have an online store, and you can buy every single one of my products online, down to the cake and black cake and pastels for Christmas. It's available online with free delivery.
Michelle, as you said, the black cake, I'm interested in that, okay? Only black cake and the sweet bread, or what you're making for Christmas. All your products, and you mentioned your moringa, but your black cake and the sweet bread and your breads, they all also have the moringa ingredients in it.
Absolutely. And lots of vegetables. Again, in an effort to be different and to add the element of healthier eating, my breads are like this. I have moringa bread, beetroot and barley. Moringa bread, melangen and ginger. Moringa bread, pumpkin and pimento. So it's a bread, but I have lessened the flour a bit, add lots of veggies, which adds to your roughage, it adds to your health and stuff. Yes. So you don't get plain flour when you eat my breads. They are very tasty. Most clients say just a slice and a little butter or so, and they are done. So that's where the breads are concerned. And then I have the Moringa coconut bake with almost all of those. And I only called 3. I have a lot more flavors that go along with it. It's Christmas time. We grow our own sorrel. So we have the Moringa sorrel bread.
Wow.
It's really, really nice. Really nice. When it comes to our black cake,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. When it comes to the black cake, again, I thought of doing something a little different, that it could be a little bit healthier and different. So I said to my sister, who is the master cake maker, I said to her, black cake is already a tad on the heavy side. How about we switch the flour out and put oatmeal? And she worked with me and came up with a recipe. So our great tasting Christmas black cake is oatmeal moringa black fruit cake. A drop of flour, and it is off the chain with flavor.
You know, Michelle, you're saying that I'm getting all excited. But, you know, I'm thinking, we're trying all these things. I wonder how it would taste, etc. What sort of feedback you're getting from clients, especially for these new type of breads and cakes?
Well, I've been doing it for a number of years.
Yeah.
So people were able to sample these things at the markets.
Okay.
So only the few new clients now would be like, oh, well, I haven't tasted it, although I'm seeing new people are ordering, although they haven't tasted it. But what I did is I always made an extra loaf, an extra pan, and extra stuff. And when I go at a market, you can sample all the breads, whatever I have on that day. You can have all the flavors on the same day. But whatever I had on that day, you can sample the bread, you can sample the cake. I even brew a pot of tea, and you can sample the teas as well. You're going to buy the tea bag, and I let them know that the fresh tea tastes different to the tea bag a little bit, because the tea bag is dried and stuff. And this is fresh. So this is really the best tasting tea you can get when it's fresh. But it's pretty close because I dehydrate everything myself. I have no preservatives, no additives, nothing. Everything is fresh and natural.
What was Madame Moringa in her second act? See that Madame Moringa was created at 50 for her third act. Who was Madame Moringa in her second act? What were you doing?
Oh, wow. Girl, I am the kind of person that don't ever sit still. So just before Madame Moringa, I've been involved in a lot of community work. I worked with my local church. So I was employed full-time before I left and pursued Moringa full-time. I worked full-time. I was involved in community work. I established a computer training and resource center at the church. Then I did a copy center at the church. I was the person in charge of disaster relief. So all those shipments to Dominica and Tortola, and so that I am the one that did all of that. That's the kind of person I love doing that. I have been a White Tech tutor since 2008, and I'm still teaching White Tech today. Love it. The home garden is something that we've been doing for years. We did stop at the time everybody started to go and they go out, they got jobs and this kind of thing, and we had stopped for a little while. But I have been back in my garden for at least 5 years now, working on the land and planting my own food and doing lots of stuff. So,
and how big is your
busy,
how big is your garden?
Honestly,
how much land area is your garden? How big is your garden?
I have a number of different areas. This particular area is like an L shape, and that's about 70 by 30. And then I have another lot of land that is right next to it, which is 50 by 100. And that's where I do all my farming.
Okay, so we are not talking about acres of land. We are talking about regular, normal lots
of land. Yes.
Backyard gardening.
And you are able to produce all of this and support yourself, support your family create a business, get your raw material and process it in a backyard, because I'm expecting you to say, I have about 5 or 10 acres and I'm doing this and that and the other.
Backyard. And I actually use that scenario when I really share all my gardening tips and so on my Facebook page. And I use that scenario to get people to understand in these times, we are in some serious times,
Yes.
but we are without excuse. You have 10 by 10 space, I can grow you some food. You don't need acres.
Yes, and let's talk a bit about your gardening. You know, so there's Madam Moringa, and when you talk about you can grow your food in this backyard that you have, because I am fascinated by food. I tell people I'm a chemist chef. I look at the chemistry of food and I go crazy. But when you get into backyard gardening to the kitchen, I am in second heaven. So tell me about your garden and what you have there and who helps you.
Okay, well, my sons. I have some sons who love gardening, and one in particular, Jemuel, he loves the garden. He's just like his mama. He's a graphic artist, he's a photographer, he does woodworking, and he's in the garden, multi-talented, does a number of different things. So he in particular loves it. And then I have my younger son, who is at home. He isn't working, but he has decided, I am going to help you in the garden. So he's like my handyman. Every day he's there with me.
That's why he's working, don't say the man not working.
And now saying that she's calling him handyman.
You're paying him?
Yes, that sense, yes, you are correct. I should say he is working.
Yes.
Because
very valuable to you and the gardening.
Yes, and he's so diligent. Sometimes he will get up in the morning and say, what are we doing today? So actually, I have to think, after rethink this, I have to start paying him more. He's working.
No, that is exciting, and your approach, because Jennifer might as well say, Jennifer and I had fun with Madam Moringa today, because Jennifer, why were we involved with Madam Moringa today? What are we doing?
What is great about Michelle and having Michelle here is Michelle has been a follower when Connections 50 Plus started. Coming to our, programs, following, etc. So, for our followers, we are right now, we have a swap market, where you can, this is two part, what would I say? We have the Connections 50 Plus marketplace. And in that marketplace, we say you can either swap, so we have the swap shop or the thrift shop. So you have a choice, swap things or sell things cheap, but it's not for vendors or store owners, etc. It's just us members having fun with items that you may have home that you never use, or items that you have could sell, etc. So Terry-Ann swapped with Michelle today. I did the same thing and we had a great time. So you see all those goodies in the back there? You see the avocado that peeping out to the bottom there? You will see pics where we got, 2 avocados. I got 2 big avocados. Plants, I got melon plants. I got flowering plants. More to come. So, the great thing about the swap shop too is we can swap things like that we make ourselves. So yes, in addition to getting the nice avocados and my plants, Terry-Ann got pastel. Terry-Ann, let them show off a bit, all the things you got.
Well, before I actually show off, I want to really get in, because one of the things that I really admire about Michelle, Madam Moringa, and on the swap shop, we're not dealing with Madam Moringa. So we finished with Madam Moringa for a little bit, all right? So now we're talking to Michelle. Is that, Jennifer and I have been talking about this thing with bartering. Jennifer is about, ever before we even start Connections, we are talking about bartering, recognizing how tough, but times are changing and it's different. And each of us has something that we have in surplus. every one of us has something we have in surplus, but we also have something that we need, and we may be short of cash to get it. And a lot of us are sitting down doing without. And our children are doing without, our parents are doing without. So everybody holding on to the surplus, suffering with their lack, and they're watching one another. And one of the things we really want in this barter exchange is that you put your surplus out there and you say what you are looking for. So I was so thrilled today because I said up front, I want sorrel, I want ginger beer. If you have produce, if you have your nesting tables. And when Michelle told me she has an avocado tree, she had beef pastels, she had this beautiful, this shopping bag. This is just a tote. I was ecstatic. And I said, Michelle, you need tablecloths? You need tablecloths? I had some, and then she said that she had, because it's a tough time, and then Michelle, you're in agriculture and so on, so cash is tight. But you had all your nieces and nephews needed gifts. Well, listen, I had some nice little costume jewelry and stuff that I don't wear. I don't use. You all would have seen perfume and anything. Well, I came home with pastel, avocado, shopping bag. Just now I'm getting sorrel and ginger beer. I am the happiest person today.
And your Christmas pastels.
Beautiful gifts, don't you?
And my gift, I said going through, and I'm showing my children, I said, look, this is for Jade, this is for Ciara, this is for Destiny, and this is for them. This like, mommy, would I say, I am buying without money.
Yeah. That cashless shopping. And you know what?
We are flashing some pictures. You will see pictures going through because Jennifer have a problem.
And you know, we call the show today Adjusting to the New Normal.
Yep.
And this is what we are talking about. Many people complain they don't have money. Christmas coming, they can't do this and you can't do that without money. And listen, Michelle, you mentioned it. This is time for us to grow our food. We could grow the food in your backyard. If you don't have a backyard, you know, they have containers. You can do the container gardening. And for me, getting that, I wanted plants. I always going to look for plants.
Oh, those
that's a
plants,
cost.
Jennifer,
And it's a cost.
Healthy plants.
And wait, now those is not just the little, you know, there's have the tiny ones and some small.
Healthy
so you would
plants.
see the photos. And I am saying, could you imagine? I don't have to go out and spend all that money buying plants and that, Michelle. But I could swap. So I had some items you needed, and these are items you have, they're brand new. And we all as Terrians, we all, if you really look around your house, you can get these things. You may find it useless, you know, but no. And we were able, and of course, you know, we have to talk more, Michelle, because I am jealous of Terrian. I want, because Terrian is a cook. I find it's very unfair. She makes the pasta. She does these things. I do. So Michelle, I have to find some things you need. So I want my dozen pastel, I want sorrel, and I want ginger beer. Because you know I have had your sorrel and ginger beer already. So I know how it is. So I'm gonna look again, find bargain.
I waited for the sorrel.
And you know what is great too? You could swap halfway and pay a little thing. And that's okay. Because it is much less than if you have to go outside. And get it. And I'm going to add, you know, definitely add in the bread and the cakes, right? You know, so this is a good time. We are talking about new normal. This is no time to complain. Michelle, what I really admire you. You have all these things in your backyard planted and they're useful, I mean, to make it products. You are doing your own production.
I want to say, look right there. You see that ginger? That's my ginger beer. See, that's my ginger beer that's coming.
Fresh. Fresh from the garden.
But I want to say that also out of, and people go onto the Facebook site and do, listen, we are, CONEC-TIONS 50 Plus is developing, this is part of our community outreach. Yeah. A cashless economy. You don't have to pay to come onto the market site. You don't have to pay. Just put what you have in surplus and say what you're looking for. Someone will find you. And we were talking about this concept. So, Michelle, what do you think about that swap market?
Well, I mean, listen now. When you see, I saw this thing advertised first. I say, oh, then I go Christmas swap. I say, I hope they're going to keep this. I didn't even see an item yet, but I know it's a good thing. And then I know connections dealing with, and I know who I'm going to be dealing with. So I scrolled through and like, and I started calling my nieces and nephews' name in my head. I like this for Jade. I like this for I like this, and we started making the connections, you know. And I think it's a fantastic idea. Today we exchanged quite a few hundreds of dollars in products.
Yes, definitely.
Penny being spent. I didn't have to go to the bank. You did not have to go to the bank.
Yes.
From what we had, from our resources, you know, and I think that is a fantastic way to go.
And came out
and exactly, because now you have something that you can use instead of something in a closet, in a cupboard somewhere, and I have something that I can use. I can't eat all the produce in my garden.
And what's great also is that with that is the networking. So even in us sharing and swapping today, Michelle, then we realize, wow, but Michelle doing all these things. Before, I knew you do a lot of products, but you have expanded. Now I know, well, yes. Talking to you today, you know, I'm going to call you by the end of the week. I'm going to look now to see the different product, what type of bread to try. Well, I know I'm getting my sorrel and ginger beer already. So what type of bread to try? So it's networking for everyone. It's networking for everyone.
You know, one of the things with the bartering, and this is something, I mean, I'm going to throw this out there as it will. We don't only have to swap things. We could swap services. Michelle, you may have things to do in the day and you may need someone to drive you around for a whole morning. You know?
That's right.
You may have errands to do, things to go. You want transport to go somewhere. You may need assistance to do things. We all have something that we could trade. We have time. We have a vehicle. We could watch somebody. You may have to go somewhere and you have your grandson who is doing online learning.
That's right.
And I just keep watching for 3 hours for me. I have to go into town to do something. And Jennifer will sit down, you will sit down and do your lessons.
I think I'm getting an idea there, Terry. I have to think what I can. Okay, Michelle, we'll talk some more. I might be able to. No, I'm serious. If you, in some way. And I glad Terry brought up that with the service, because that's something people may not think about.
That's right, yes.
You know, and as she said that, I'm thinking there are things I can, give that support with. Yeah.
You know, we tend to think we have to look for something, but we have talents. We have you just think of, oh God, I need this. And you're in a bind because once you have the idea, oh, I don't have the money to do that, then you're in a swap situation.
That's right.
Somebody could help you out in exchange. If you have, I could wait. I have a starch mango tree. It's going to be bearing in about 3 months, and I will be having 2 dozen bags of hand-picked starch mangoes, and I will be saying, all right, Michelle, I'm coming by you for some of that ginger and that lettuce.
That's right. That's right. You know what is my greatest dream that I would love to see? I try to encourage my neighbors and so on, and a lot of them do plant, A lot of them do plant. And I'm saying, okay, I would like to see communities do this. You don't have much space.
Yes.
You grow the lettuce, you grow the pak choy, you grow the
growing the same thing.
And you all just swap.
Yeah.
Just swap.
That's what is happening. Jennifer, girl, we will arrange a session to help Bisha every time she has to think through something. Our brains and ideas are here, just a little bit of bread.
Let me give you a little heads up. My pigeon peas trees are doing fantastic. I hate with a passion picking pigeon peas. So you know what? Let's swap some pigeon piece pickers next year.
So then we pick pigeon piece.
I have no problem with picking pigeon peas.
No, but
And that's interesting. For me, yeah.
yes. You know,
It's also therapeutic. We talk about 50 plus. It's also therapeutic to come in the garden and just, hang out a bit. It's absolutely therapeutic. It's a win-win situation here.
and the other thing, but avocados. Avocados. You will have me as a customer every week. I'm looking for something to swap with you to get avocado.
As you mentioned, the pigeon peas last year, my friend's mom, she's about 85, and they bought the pigeon peas, and she volunteered and was just enjoying shelling those peas.
And that's another thing.
She was like, and that was her therapy.
Yeah.
So you're quite correct with that.
I think this is such a potent part of our community. And people look at the swap market, you think, okay, it's things. Yes, it starts with things, but just think of what somebody might have a herb garden, they might have something, you just you have something that you are not using.
Yes.
Forget if you paid $100 for it or $200.
Because it's just there. It's just there.
Using.
Yeah, it has depreciated already.
Yes.
Not the same 100. It has depreciated already.
And see my beautiful shopping bag that I got from Michelle. I can't wait. Put it in front of the camera. See? I can't wait. This is so. Listen, and the thing inside is satiny, silky. I thought it was a supermarket bag. This is a good beach bag shopping bag.
Yep.
For a tablecloth.
All purpose.
It's locally made, and I'm so sorry I forgot. I didn't have the name of the person who made it.
Yes, because
I
saw the tag inside.
Great! I didn't realize. Like to give that person some recognition.
Yes. No, it's just I love the idea of swapping. And Michelle, you look at it. This bag is almost a reversible bag.
Yeah.
Look, what is this? Look, Jennifer. Michelle, I think Romeo.
I could come and borrow it after you use the flower side. I could borrow it. They wouldn't know it's the same bag. It's beautiful.
It's a swap meet.
Michelle,
there's no rubbing. There is no rubbing. After I closed the store, those were 2 of the bags. I had those bags on sale, and those 2 remained. And I just had them put away nicely, and I never touched them because I have enough of those reusable bags. It doesn't make sense to be using too many.
I'm going to give a tip to every entrepreneur out there. All right. So her label says Creations and Crafts by Ebony, made in Trinidad and Tobago. When you are so good in doing stuff, all right.
And you put the label there.
Oh gosh, I'm being ridiculous now. All right. No phone number. I don't know where to find you.
You can't find Ebony. Oh,
I
Lord.
can't find Ebony.
So you need to put your phone number. You need to put always put
your contact
number.
No.
Yeah. And that's a reminder. Many times, entrepreneurs forget to do that. So what Terry-Ann is saying, just reinforce that, yes, you need to have that.
Fully lined inside and out. But
and it's
I'm so thrilled with my purchase. I am sticking on, and I am going to pay close attention to Michelle's garden. And I've already told her every week, tell me what you have, and we will find some way that we can do some cash business. Every week or fortnight.
So Michelle, now adjusting, and we're saying adjusting to the new normal, and you have been doing really well. What would you advise and we're dealing with the 50 plus, especially entrepreneurs now, who may be complaining that the times are too hard, etc., etc. What would you advise them?
My first advice to everyone is don't panic. Trust God. That's first and foremost. When you panic, you don't think straight. And secondly, I've always tell, but not secondly, but another one. Never despise advice from younger ones. I remembered March 12th, the first case that we got. I'm at home. I'm saying, well, it's back to the garden because I knew at that point, guys, you all need to take this seriously. Back to my garden because I was busy up and down. My garden was neglected. I went straight into my garden on March the 13th. And then my son came to visit me. And you know what my son came with? My 27-year-old son? He came with a bunch of seedlings. He said, Mommy, we need to plant. So we were thinking the same way. And I wasn't thinking it. So I immediately planted those. It was some melon jam. Planted them immediately because I said I must give energy to his way of thinking and his thought process that this is serious business. So you have children who are not so young and older. Listen to them. They go to places that we don't go. They see things that we don't see, and we are not interested. Just give them an ear. 3, look around you. Look around you. Do not focus everything on the outside. You can't go to work, the place is locked down. What are you going to do? This was time to make sure your house is in order, physically, I mean.
Yeah.
Cleaning out all those cupboards, checking on different things. What about your health? Now that you are home, you're not going to be running to buy fast food. Cook a proper meal. Do something. And when our garden plans were in for a while, we didn't have the time. I said, okay, Mr. COVID, you are here. I can't stop you, but you are not going to stop me either. And I said, this is the time to get to one day we will all sit in this garden, have tea, locally made tea. You can walk with me through the garden and pick produce. And we being high up on this hill, the view is fantastic. And that's my dream. I want to have brunch. I want to have lunch. Everything in the garden. But I have to prepare the garden. And it has to be in a particular standard. And we are working feverishly on that. So I didn't have time to do it before. I made use of the standard I was at home. And we planted so many different things, tried so many different things, and learned things. We saw insects that we never saw before during this time. And some pretty ones and all different sorts of things. Look around you because my garden is outside my door.
Yes.
It's here, it's right here. Look around you. What are you seeing? What can be improved? Do something. And couch potato, TV all day, no. I saw people posting this series and Netflix and that series and this thing. And I'm telling you, I did not let TV engulf me. I even lost weight during this period because of the amount of work I was doing outside. I got darker because I was outside. I kept busy. All right? You are a writer. You plan to write. If you were home for the last few months, you should have reached 3/4 way with your new book. There were just so many things that we could do that we could not have done before because you have to get up at 6 and leave home by 6:30, 7 o'clock, hit that traffic. And then to come home in the afternoon, you are in traffic hours again. And we had months and months to improve ourselves personally.
Don't use past tense, it is present tense. So if they didn't start
present, right?
no, it is present and future tense. It isn't going anywhere.
It isn't going anywhere.
So it's okay if they didn't start yet, it's okay.
They can still do exactly.
You can get a
some people say, you well like Facebook. Not really, but it has the audience. So I'm thinking, if I keep posting what I do, and you're seeing it's easy, I'm showing you how to make the bed, I'm showing you how to till the soil, I'm showing you how to plant the seeding, I'm showing you how to make homemade fertilizers. It should be easier by now because I'm showing you and I'm not charging you. But there's so much that you can do.
Michelle, I have been following you on Facebook with your tips. And it's very encouraging because I said insects ate out a lot of the things I had. And then you were able to say you had that similar problem too. And this is what you did. So it's not that you have it there like it's perfect. You know, you keep sharing all the time and showing like, look, insects ate up this batch. But you continue. You started again. And this is what the different type of compost you use and all that. And let me tell you, very encouraging. So when I look, I say, oh, look, Michelle do this. All right, it's not too bad. I could start this again. And that's what it's all about, not to give up. You know, and you're really giving hope to a lot of people outside there who may be in gardening and giving up and saying, but look at Michelle and look how nice it come up now, and you know, things like that.
And you never know who is listening to you, you know. Even with Jennifer and I, sometimes we are surprised when we get feedback from this one or that one. You don't know, and we're all a community supporting each other, building, keeping the spirit, keeping hope, and we as a group are doing so many interesting and dynamic things, you know, at 50 plus. There's so much.
Because life begins at 50. Life begins at, I don't know, I was such a clown before 50. Right? Begins at 50.
Like you got more energized.
Right? You grew up.
No, but this is lovely. This is lovely.
What I want to reinforce also, and you mentioned listening to the younger ones, and I know that is Terry-Ann's pet. Terry-Ann always speak about giving the younger ones an opportunity, a chance, and don't feel we know everything, you know, because they really come up with new ideas and supportive. And when you have, like, you have your son understanding and supporting you, he brought an idea to you, he brought a plant, and he saw where you appreciated and you started working. And now he's all excited to work with you on it. We really, really should give the youths a chance and to work along with us also. Yeah.
And I think there's something so special when you grow your food. When you grow your food. Oh, Jennifer, there's going to be, Michelle, like there's a big unveiling happening. Now I'm up off the ground and a pot agriculturalist. I don't deal with the ground directly. I don't go in a pot.
I have a mixture. My God,
but you raised the bed. So in July, Jennifer gave me sweet potato plants, which are having a big, plenty foliage. The other day, I guess talks about the sweet potato flower. I'm getting worried because I don't think I ever see a flower on my sweet potato plant. But Jennifer, it planted on the 1st of July, and sweet potato is supposed to be 5 to 5 months. July, August, September, October, November. So I am to go and explore and see what is under my pot.
So, Michelle, I hope I don't want to burst a bubble, but I got 3 potatoes from my.
Well, you got plenty. My own, my sweet potato, the goat got away and came into my garden and ate my whole I had a big circular tank that is like 50 inches in diameter, a little more than 50. And that goat ate it. And then something with the goat, it damages the plant.
Yeah.
You know? So I didn't get any potatoes, but I have another set planted now that's supposed to be ready in January. So we look at that.
I hope Terry-Ann get more than 3.
How do you have to get 3 to beat you? It's 2 you get?
Almost 2.5 and digging up, I cut 1.5.
Yes. Ladies, sweet potato foliage is extremely nutritious.
Yes,
it's very good cooked.
I was told so.
Tasty. So if you don't get any potatoes, please, before you put the potatoes, pick the leaves. The leaves only, not the stalk. The stalks are too woody. You just want the leaves only. You wash it thoroughly, you blanch it a little, and you cook it down like bhaji.
No, I have done it.
It's amazing.
I have harvested my leaves and had them raw in salads. I've added the callaloo. I've mixed it in I've done it in a rice, like a bhaji rice sort of thing. It is really and it has the sweet potato flavor.
So at least if you don't get sweet potato, you made use of the
But
Happy
listen,
foliage.
I will tell you, and don't feel bad
It's
because
very nutritious.
I planted about, that might have been sometime last year, I planted some potatoes. And I got about 10 new potatoes, little cute little potatoes.
Yes.
That's nice.
Off of my potato.
Yes.
So, but
Yes, I got some potatoes here as well.
yes, you
But
know,
it's not that big, but I'm trying again.
yeah, you do it, and it's for your family, and you can earn a living off of it. I just think this is exciting. Michelle, I'm inviting myself to come visit your farm soon. I'm coming with my bag. No, not
Oh, absolutely.
another bag. That bag too fancy to go and pick it up.
You know, as we speak about what can be done during this time, and Michelle, you said it, those, you know, being willing to work hard, to step outside the box, you know, we really have to think more creative. And you don't, not because you may have, let's say someone has a boutique now and Christmas time, nobody dressing up, there are no more Christmas parties, etc. Instead of sitting down and get depressed, think of what else could be done. It's either look at what you have and see the occasions, you swap it, or look at the other aspect of the business.
That's
It
right.
may not even be again where you're going to be maybe selling. And I'm using clothes here, but it could be anything. And we're talking about men and women. So you have whatever it is you are into. Look at some new ideas. And I have seen, you know, going through the internet, and you see the different things that people are doing really out of the box. When you look at it, you say, but you know, I could do that, right? My sister was speaking to me this week. I told her about the swap shop, and she said she had so much fabric, a lot of fabric.
Oh, yes.
Because she used to sew a lot. And she sent photos, yards and yards. And I noticed she had, you know, she told me she had a lot of I said, what is that? She said a lot of jersey material that she had to drape, you know, drape. And she has, and I say, look at, you have so much wraps, people making so many head wraps. I show her what I bought a few things. And now this week she's supposed to be doing that and bring it to me weekend. And I said, we can put it there to swap. And she didn't think of that. She just think of, she want to swap fabric.
Jennifer, now think of it. If we could get 3 people together, because I was talking to a person who has a boutique, and they didn't have stuff for me in the boutique. And she came up, she said, but you know, if you get fabric, I know some dressmakers, and I can pay to have the dressmaker make your fabric, because she wants a tablecloth. And I thought, yes, I have fabric. Is there someone who is a dressmaker that I can give you the fabric, you make something for me, and I give you something that you need in return? This is what we have to do.
Swap everything, anything and everything.
Stop putting price tags and waiting to see how much money. No, you need things. So I have beautiful batiks fabric that I would have gotten on when I traveled. And I'm saying, instead of looking, I'm not buying any clothes for Christmas or whatever, but I could get 2 nice little outfits made, but I want somebody to sew it for me. I have nobody to sew it for me. So if somebody knows somebody who could sew.
But you have to have that open mind.
Yeah.
To operate at this time. You can't be stuck in that whole week.
Yeah.
It's important to have an open mind and be willing to do that. So you may the dressmaker may be complaining because they don't have clients at this time coming to them.
You can do all kinds of stuff.
Think of what you can do.
Dressmakers were one of the first set of people to, quote unquote, benefit, for want of a better term, because they had to make masks.
The masks, yes, I remember that.
And lots of them who saved pieces of material were able to make quite a few masks before they even bought material.
Yes.
And they were one of the first set of people that jumped in. And then people started to think, no, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I was going to say, well, food will never waste.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, you really have to just think outside the box. And I saw, because in my family, 4 of us are dressmakers. No,
Really?
I'm not sewing anymore. No, Terry, don't get excited. We do have 4 dressmakers
She's
in the
ready to
family.
bring the fabric for you.
One is in St. Lucia, one is in New Hampshire, one is right by me downstairs apartment.
Well, introduce
I
us.
am a dressmaker, but I have not sewn anything for years.
Introduce me to
And masks. All my sisters did masks all over, and they sent masks all over. So imagine my blood sisters, New Hampshire, my sister's in the market selling masks. St. Lucia, the government was ordering masks for my sister in St. Lucia. And here in Trinidad, my other sister made masks. They are all dressmakers. They jumped onto the mask, and they were, between those 3 nations, they are swapping samples, they are swapping patterns. They were working on patterns, talking every single day to change the pattern. So there's one time, now they made one now that if you are asthmatic, because we have some asthmatics in the family, you can breathe so much better. And then they made sure each one had that pattern. And it was amazing the way they operated during that time. It was amazing. They had to switch it up, because I don't need a cocktail dress right now.
Yeah,
I don't need a new working suit. But I need masks. I cannot walk the street without a mask.
Yeah.
It's
just
amazing.
throw the money out of the equation, declare what you want, and have somebody there. Look, Jennifer, we are on 59 minutes and we have some chatting to do. But listen, throughout this, people would have seen pictures of Jennifer and I swapping, and you see pictures of Michelle's garden and Madame Moringa. And I just want to say, Michelle, you rock, you go, girl, you go.
And Michelle, your personality definitely, you would always be successful.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you have that winning personality, that smiles so easy, very embracing. Yeah. So we want to thank you so much for, being here with us, sharing your story with us and our listeners. And this is not that you're going to be seeing Terry and
Michelle's contact. In case anyone wants to connect with Madame Moringa, you'll see Michelle's contacts right there, so you can call, go online, do what you have to do.
That's right.
Madame Moringa. Okay, so.
Okay, Michelle. So we say bye for now.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
This was a lot of fun, Michelle. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice. Yes, Jennifer.
Yes, Terry, and that really was a beautiful conversation with Michelle.
I think the spirit of our Barton, I mean, I really hope people would love the pictures, because people would have been seeing pictures of the swapping, and that's what we have to do. We have to and Michelle's tips on how to survive. Look in front of you. So this is great. This is great. So people, go onto the swap market. Check out, see what's there. There's all kinds of things. Go, just look around. You've got something to swap.
And Terry, and before we close, I want to mention, because we just launched, we are having 50 plus a program called Primetime Reset for artists and creatives, Terry. So you would see we just launched that. So 50 plus artists and creatives, men and women. We want you to take action. So we want to ensure that you start 2021. We spoke about thinking outside the box, doing things differently. So this is a 2-part program, meaning that we're going to have it over 2 days, but not full days. Yeah. So we are having it on Wednesday the 9th and Thursday the 10th of December from 3 to 6. So you'll have all the details. We're going to post the flyers and keep talking about it and letting you all know we're going to send out the poster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still call me, you're going to call Terry-Ann, and we're going to give you the details on it. So this is for 50 plus artists and creators. Okay? So yes, Terry-Ann.
Lovely evening. I feel good. I swapped today. I did all kinds of things, and I can't wait. I put my Michelle's, my dozen pastels.
Yeah.
You think it easy? I tell you, pastel, ginger beer, sorry, looking. I'm not making.
I'm going to get my ginger beer and sorry. I'm not making, so I'll just swap for it. I'll buy it if I have to, but I know I could find something to swap. I like the idea of the services.
Yes.
So I may be able to go. I'm going to pick, I love picking peas actually. Yeah? I did that as a child. I enjoyed that. So I'm going to go by Michelle and pick some peas and get some sorrel and ginger.
Okay. All right, Jennifer, I said I had to do something. Good. So I'm back with my coordinates now. So we have Barbados in the east, Guyana in the south.
It's like a geography lesson for Terry-Ann.
Lesson, and I made a mistake again, last week. How can I call Guyana an island? Trinidad is the most southerly island, but Guyana is the most southerly Caribbean nation. It is part of the South American continent. So it is not an island. So my apologies to all of our Guyanese friends. And we have Belize in the east, the west. And Grand Bahama is the most northerly of the Bahama archipelago. So Grand Bahama to Guyana, Barbados to Belize, and everybody in between.
By next week, she will get it right.
We love you. So take care.
It was really great. It was a great evening, Terry-Ann. I love, with Michelle and her personality and really sharing with us about, the backyard garden and growing all her stuff for her, most of the products that she needs. That is so great.
I can't wait to visit it. I can't wait. So
we say thank you.
Yes.
And bye for now.
Bye.
Yes.
50 Plus Tribe and followers from TNT and the Caribbean. Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive show. We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget to like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.